Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel where today I will be reviewing the new foundation from YSL. It is the All Hours Foundation Stick and we received this in store maybe a couple weeks ago, so it's still relatively new and a really kind of cool foundation launch for summer. Now of course if you've been watching my videos you know that I love the All Hours foundation. It's their long wear liquid. It's truly beautiful. I think the colors are perfect. It's probably my favorite foundation. It's what I grab whenever I'm going out for a special occasion, whenever I want to look my best, taking photos, date night, etc. That is my go-to foundation. So of course when I found out that there was a stick, I thought I have to try this. Really interested to see what it was like. It is of course the foundation that I'm wearing today on my face, and this is what the packaging looks like. So typical gold and black from YSL. When you open it up, this is the stick. So again, black and gold packaging, very cute. It's got a top and then it rolls up, and then it even came with a little Y emblem at the top. But of course, as you use it, that disappears very fast. My initial thoughts whenever I saw this was that it looks very small. Whenever you pay $48 for foundation and you get this tiny little box, it's a little bit like, oh, okay, that's all there is. But I did some comparison shopping with the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. I would say in terms of stick foundations, that's kind of the go-to to compare because it's truly their most popular product. So the YSL has 0.32 ounces of product. The Bobbi Brown has 0.31 ounces. So there's actually a smidge more product in this, so I didn't feel as bad about it. I think this stick is a little bit thinner and longer in Bobbi Brown. And then with the YSL, it's available in 20 different shades. The Bobbi Brown has 31 different shades. So that's probably the biggest difference right there. I mean, that's a pretty major difference in the amount of shades. But in terms of product, if you're like me and you see this thing and you think, wow, that looks like a baby foundation, it doesn't look very big, it actually has the standard amount of product for a foundation stick. So let's go through the rundown on this baby. As I mentioned, it's available in 20 different shades. It has a velvety texture. It's a cream that will finish to a powder. It's oil-free, long wear, buildable coverage. It has a natural matte finish. It's paraben-free, sulfate-free. While I would say that all skin types can wear this foundation, it's my personal opinion that you really need to hydrate the skin beforehand. So if you're dry, go in with a thick moisturizer. Even if you're a little bit more oily, it is oil-free, I would still maybe go in with a primer so that you have that perfect canvas to lay down the stick foundation. This is going to be best suited for anybody who's a lover of convenience. It's perfect for touch-ups, for travel. It comes in that perfect little compact stick, so it's easy to carry around in your purse, and it's going to be nice to just quickly touch up throughout the day. So if you're a little bit more minimal with your makeup, this could be a perfect everyday foundation for you. Other than that, I think it's a nice foundation to have in your arsenal, but this would probably not be something that I would use every single day as my go-to foundation. Before applying this foundation today, I of course went in with my Lancer moisturizer, which is really nice and thick and hydrating. And then because I did a peel yesterday, I had a little redness, so I went in with my YSL Touchy Clot Neutralizer. This is one of their 3 color correctors. It has a little bit of a green tone, so it's going to color correct any sort of redness. But I love this formula because it is so thin. And YSL did send this to me complimentary to review. And I of course love all of the Touchy Clots, but these color correctors are great because they are so thin, so blendable. They really will help camouflage any sort of skin concern that you have or discoloration, but then they leave the canvas nice and smooth and easy to work with. So applying the foundation stick on top was incredibly easy. So I drew a couple lines on my face with the foundation stick, and there really is no rhyme or reason. The tips that I read on the website said to start in the center of the face and blend outward, which is pretty standard of any foundation. You want to start where you need the most coverage, build it up there, and then blend out. I used my flat top kabuki brush. I found that this was really easy and fast. However, if you're doing quick touch-ups or if you don't like using a brush, clean fingers are perfectly acceptable to blend this foundation. It really is so smooth and pretty emollient considering that it's an oil-free formula. It blends out very easily, so fingers, a brush, anything that you have on hand or your personal preference, you really won't have any sort of struggles with this foundation. I then went ahead and in lieu of concealer, I used a Touche Eclat Radiant Touch. So this one is the shade 1, so it has a slight pink undertone. Again, that's going to help color correct any sort of darkness under the eyes. But I love the consistency. It's so thin and lightweight that it really is perfect for combining with any sort of foundation that you're wearing that day. Some pros and cons to the product. The pro, I would say the convenience factor is incredible. I love that the formula is so nice and it has that smooth, kind of thin, easy to blend, velvety feel to it. So this is definitely something that I will be using. I love that it has a nice little compact. This stick is really easy. It's great for touch-ups, for spot treatment. You could get a darker shade and use it as a contour. You could get a lighter shade and use it as a concealer. So you can really kind of get creative with this product. I love that it comes in the stick. It's really easy to use. You can apply it directly to the face. You don't need a tool. So that in itself is very nice. The con, I would say that the shade range is a little bit off for me with these foundations, and I hate saying that because of course you know I love the YSL All Hours. I think those foundations are beautiful, but the shade range, the undertones are a little bit exaggerated. So a lot of the colors to me in person look a little bit ashy. They're a little bit gray. They're a little bit too cool toned. I don't know why there are so many shades that look so cool. Even the warmer tones are a little bit strange. They're a little bit too pink or too gold or too just over exaggerated, so that I think that people may struggle to find their shade. You're certainly not going to be able to say, okay, I'm this shade in All Hours, so I'm going to be the same shade in the stick foundation. That's not true. In All Hours, whenever I'm sunless tanned, I use a B50. Today in this stick, I used a B40, but even still, it was kind of complicated to choose what would be the best color for me. So if you can find a good shade for you, then I think you will love the formula. Other than that, I would say I probably prefer the Bobbi Brown foundation stick shade range. Not the worst thing in the world. You do have to let it dry on the skin so that it can completely oxidize. Once it's exposed to oxygen and it dries down on the skin, the color is going to alter a little bit, and I find that it does become a little bit more wearable and pretty on the skin. But just that initial swipe, I don't know if they did such a great job with the shades that they did come out with. Thank you so much for watching. That concludes today's Foundation 411. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me any of your comments or questions down below. Of course, I will be linking the foundation as well as all of the products that I used today on my face down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe.